So today we'd like to thank Santi, who will grace the, who will be the beginning, the speaker for our SPECMFI. And as I mentioned, as we agreed upon, guys, we're going to look at, ang task natin is to learn. No? Since yung mga ibang skills naman sa finance, katulad ng investing, you could learn that outside and in your other subjects. But I know that you don't have any subject that where you are supposed to learn one of the most important software in the field today. So I feel that nahuhuli tayo, medyo talo tayo kung i-compare tayo sa UP o sa Ateneo kasi may ganun sila, no? So now we will really make the next sessions that we have allocated for this subject as a stepping stone for us to learn and to have some modicum of mastery of Python. I'm sure you will ako si Santi kasi medyo marunong na, no? I'm sure you will be happy that we did this. No? Okay, Santi can testify to that. So today we're going to start the ball rolling, and we're happy to have Santi as our main speaker for today. And let's give Santi a big hand. Thank you, Santi. Guys, palakpak naman dyan for Santi for spending some time and preparing for this. Okay? So without further delay, sige, I'll stop. Stop ano muna ako. Stop share. Okay. So Santi, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Let me know lang po, sir, if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see yours.
Okay,
About
sir.
Your classmates, kita na ba? Paki ano na lang, ha? Paki feedback na lang. No? Okay, guys, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So take it away, Santi.
Okay, thank you, sir. So for today in my presentation, first I'll cover downloading and like the basics of Python and using Anaconda, and then also the basic logical operators and the basic packages that we'll install for using Python for finance. So first, when we're gonna install Python, we first just need to put Anaconda Python download, and it'll take us to these pages. And then if you guys are following along, it's actually also relatively simple. Just go to the page, we just download. We look for if you're compatible with Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and all of that. So yeah, that's pretty much the easier part, just getting Anaconda in, and the version of Python we'll be using will be through Jupyter Notebook. And also, sir, correct me if I'm wrong, we can also code Python with RStudio, right, sir?
Yeah, pwede.
Yes, sir. Okay. So
by the way, Santi, reminder lang and to everyone, yung presentation you guys, syempre may video na yan, no? But may I request you to also prepare a PowerPoint slides on your presentation so that your classmates can follow along. Make it instructive. Kunyari yung
yes,
URL, yung ano, tas maybe with the picture, no, para your classmates can follow along.
Okay, yes, sir. Don't worry, sir. I made also. Okay, yeah. This is just the beginning lang, sir. I'm just showing lang po where the ano is.
Okay, thank you.
So now we're on here. This is the basic parts. This is what it will look like. So compared to when we use RStudio, I have RStudio here, sir, for our FinAnly class. With RStudio, it usually comes up with its own window when you open it. But then the good part is when you use Jupyter Notebook and Anaconda, it comes out straight and manifests itself as a tab in your Windows screen. So whether you use Chrome, personally, I use Opera GX. When you're gonna code, it'll come out over here. It'll come out here as a tab in your screen, and also you'll have this. This is gonna be the server for everything you're gonna be coding. So here, first for the basics of Python. If we want to write something in Python, all we need to put is this hash over here. And then before that, simple. The software will not take into account what we are coding. So you can just, everything with the hash before it is just basically instructions, writing, so more simple for everyone. So first, Anaconda is a distribution of Python. It's not actually the actual language. Python is the actual language. And the distribution contains various Python libraries that make sure they work well together. So the basic packages we'll be using is, of course, a Jupyter Notebook. And if you want to install it, all you need to put is, after downloading Anaconda, you go to the server screen, then you can put pip install Jupyter, then that will install your Jupyter Notebook. The basic packages we'll be using is, one will be NumPy. That's going to be used for, here, let me bring up another NumPy. Here, we'll be using NumPy, which is how we will manipulate the matrices and the numbers. Next, we'll be using Pandas. Pandas here, it's basically all for data manipulation and analysis. And then next, we'll be using Matplotlib. Matplotlib is what we'll be using to plot all our numbers, to create visual representations of everything. And lastly, Quandl. Since we're in finance, this isn't a basic thing everyone uses. People use when they use Python, but as finance students, this is very basic for us. Quandl is how we will get all our quotes and numbers. Let's say if we want to look for stock prices, we want to use forex prices. Quandl is going to be the package we use. So Python, I would personally say, is a bit more powerful than R, because R is mostly for statistical computing, and you need a lot of different packages depending on what you'll be doing and where you're going to get your data. But then as finance students, these are the basic ones. We don't need as many packages to be able to manipulate and interpret financial data. So these are the basic ones we use. Okay, so next, so for the basics of it, like we'll start with our logical operators. It's similar but different also to what we've been doing in R, which I'm sure everyone is already aware of. So to make 1 plus 1, we always need to remember that there's going to be a space in between it. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. Of course, 2 minus 1 equals 1. 5 times 3 equals 15. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And this here is how we put the exponent sign. So it's 2 raised to 4, which is 16. This one is we want to see if there are any remainders when we use a logical operator. So 4 is divisible by 2, so that's equal to 0. There's no remainder in there.
Anong name
Something
yan? Santino, there's a name for that.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to remember the name.
Modulo. Okay, you call it modulo, no? When you divide the two numbers, and then what you want is the divisor, the remainder. That's the modulo. Subukan mo nga gawin mong 5, Santino, para may answer. Okay, so expect 1. Okay. Guys, kung may question, kung may question, kasi hindi naman to marathon, no? Hindi to sprint. I mean, yeah, this is not a sprint, but rather this is a marathon. So you can take it slowly, guys, dahan-dahan lang. Tapos let's learn what we can learn for today. Sige. Please continue, Santino.
Thank you, sir. Okay, next. When we are computing using Python, we need to remember that with a lot of other coding languages, it follows the rule of Pemdas. So in this operation here, 3 is multiplied by 5 first before 2 and 2 are added. That's why it's equal to 19. If you want to make it more particular, you need to put parentheses in between it. That way it'll know what to compute first and what to compute next. Because in PEMDAS, the parenthesis always comes first. Okay, basic. So next, we're going to assigning logical operators. So here, we've assigned
clarification lang,
yes, sir.
Ano yung P doon?
Sir, P here is parenthesis, then exponent.
Okay.
Yeah. Then multiplication, division, then addition, then last will be subtraction. So when we compute something, this is the operation, this is the order in which everything will be computed.
Thank you, Santino.
Thank you, sir. Next for assigning, we have here you can see we've assigned x equals 1 and y equals 2. So if we put x plus y, that will equal to 3. And then we can even assign x plus y. We can assign z to x plus y. So when we write z down, it comes out as, get removed. Oh, I need to
Run mo muna yung run mo muna yung una.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's also particular in what you run first, what you run second. So they all base it from each other. So yes, next we have strings. So first we're gonna put the word single. It comes out here single. It comes out here as double. We can even assign a to words such as hello. Print a equals hello, print a, and it'll come out as hello. So here it will get a bit more complicated, such as if I assign my name, Santino Palacios, I can print hello, my name is, and then I can put in, this is much more useful if you have, when it gets more into like more advanced coding, since it's very basic, it might even just seem easier to just write my name here. But then later we'll get onto it with like more variables that we'll assign. So we put after we put point dot format, then my name, then it'll come out as my name is Santino Palacios. And then here we're adding the number 12. So when we put print hi, my name is, you put these curly brackets, and my number is, you put the curly brackets, you put dot format name, then your number, and it'll come out as hi, my name is Santino Palacios and my number is 12. This one is where it gets more interesting. You can assign X and Y, X to name and Y to number. That way, with this one, we can, especially if you're coding something longer, we can assign X and Y to everything. So let's say if you're putting a long paragraph and your name's repeated a few times, or if your number is repeated, you can assign them, and then it'll naturally just fill in the all the curly braces on X and Y, depending on what you've assigned to it. So it makes it a lot more useful in that perspective. So next, we're going for lists. So for example, here if we have my list, we assign my list as 1, 2, and 3. The list will be 1, 2, and 3. And if you want to add another one, you just need to use my list dot append for 4. Then it's gonna add a number for example. Yes, okay, yeah. So this since this is just the basics, it actually gets way more complicated, especially once you start using things such as NumPy, you start using Quandle, you start using the other packages. The data you'll have fixed in will become larger and larger. So it's best now to know the basics of it, the basics of how you'll be manipulating the matrices, how you'll be manipulating data, and of course visualizing it. For comparison operators, here we have 1 is more than 2. I mean, 1 is less than 2, so it comes out as true. 1 is more than 2, and it comes out as false. 1 is less than or equal to 2. Of course, that's true. And for here, we have these logical operators. And the application in this is, personally for us in finance, would be, let's say, well, I can only speak for myself how I apply it. Let's say if you were trading stocks and you wouldn't want to keep an eye on the stock price. You can, for example, put like, you'd want to buy price goes below, is less than or equal to, let's say, in your valuation, the intrinsic value of a stock would be 50 pesos. You could put buy if stock is equal to or less than 50 pesos. So that's a very good example of logical operators and how you can apply it yourself. So here, 1 is equal, of course, false. Oh yeah, this is the and. So it gives us 2, what am I looking for? 2, for it to be true, both of these must be satisfied. Yes, yes, sir. We'll have to go through 2. So both must be true or false for it to come out to this answer. So in this case, it's false. So 1 is equal to 2 and 1 is equal to 1, which is false because only this is true. So both need to be true for it to be true. If 1 is false, it'll be counted as false. This one is different. And or are 2 different ones. With and, both expressions need to be satisfied, but with or, it would only have to be one of them, such as 1 is equal to 1. if one is equal to 1, then print hello. So it comes out as yes, hello. And then we can use here if 1 is equal to 2, print hello. If it's not, print if statement was not true. So it comes into, of course it's not, it comes out to if statement is not true. And besides that, we can also use others such as if else, which is should the first should if be wrong, it will give you something else. So let's say buy stock if it is equal to 50 pesos, and if else sell the stock. So that's also something very so yes sir, these are just the basic logical commands. And next sir, I would just like to show like personally what I would use, and I can even share some of I downloaded a lot of the packages already and courses guides. Personally, I use this for learning in Udemy, how I learned how to code Python initially. I chose the
Okay.
Python for financial analyst and algorithmic trading.
Pero
So
ang
for
Udemy
financial,
may bayad, di ba? You have to invest. How much did you pay for that?
this one, sir, I paid for this about 2 years ago for like
Sumura pa lang yan.
700.
Magkano?
Yes, sir. 700, sir. And
Pesos.
usually on the yes, sir, pesos.
Oh, kasi dati guys, yung Udemy, mga ano lang, on the average lang, $5 lang yan eh. 5, 10.
Yes, sir.
Pero ngayon medyo nagtaas na. But you watch out for sales kasi minsan nagsisale sila eh, ang Udemy. But
Yes,
Udemy is a very good source of learning for many topics. May I ask the class, sino sa inyo naka-experience na mag-Udemy? Paki-chat nga please. Hindi ko nakikita ang chat pala. Meron ba sa atin guys nakapag-Udemy na, aside from Santino of course? Unmute na lang yung sarili nyo kasi hindi ko makita yung ano eh. Okay, Angela, thank you. How about the others? Si Angelo at saka nakalimutan ko eh.
Sir, I haven't.
Si James. You haven't pa. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you might wish to explore Udemy, no? Kasi maraming iba't ibang courses diyan. Kaso nga lang, may mga free siya kaso konti lang, no? And you might not be interested in those free courses. But you know, si Santino kunyari 700 yan before na nakapag-invest siya diyan. Okay, 700 pesos ang cost. Pero tingnan nyo guys ang daming lessons yan. If you're going to, let's say, if you're going to attend a workshop about that could easily cost you tens of thousands. No? So hanap kayo guys, lalo na pag may sale, hanap kayo sa Udemy. There are many courses there. And I'd like to commend Santi for doing that kasi yan yung investment nyo sa sarili nyo, investment in learning, investment in stuff that will make you more marketable when you go there to the corporate world someday. Kaya ang gaganda ito ba yung ito yung Santi yung ito yung ang tawag nito, yung app. Okay. I think enrolled din ako dyan.
This is an app, sir, and this is the main website.
Yes,
sir, I'll share in the file because I already saved all these. It comes in all these courses.
Wow, good. Ayan, guys, salamat Santino for Santi for sharing that with the class. So Santi has promised us to share yung mga yung mga pati yung data, pati yung code, pati yung nata-download din sa Udemy, di ba yung videos, hindi ba?
Sir, you can't download the videos. And like Santi also, sir, I can't. I wanted to screen cap some of the important parts, but I think there's a kind of user agreement where I can't share.
Okay. Pero yung text, Santi, di ba you can download it?
Yes, sir. It comes here. There's usually these little parts where it says resources, and they give us Google Drives filled with all the files, all the screenshots already pre-saved there, and also all the solutions put to all the problems they give.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, guys, courtesy of Santi, parang nalibre kayo ng before 700 pesos. How much is that selling now? How much do you have to invest in that?
Now it's already at 1.4, so it's doubled.
So mga ilang dollars yun? 20? Mga 30?
Yes, sir. It's about $23 now.
Tingnan mo nga, Santi, kindly open Udemy. Tingnan natin kung magkano yung cost niya ngayon. Just
Okay, yes,
for
sir.
the information of everybody.
Some now, sir, it depends. There's a lot for 13.99. The ones I personally downloaded is the Python for financial analysis. I got
Yeah.
an MBA, fundamentals of real estate investing, financial modeling. I even got an investment banking and
Talaga,
so
good.
for
So magkano
yes,
na
and
si ano,
they also
magkano na ngayon si ano, yung course na yan, yung I think I have
a
that
lot of
also.
them they're around like $19, $13
So,
around now.
hindi mo makikita kung saan yun.
Yeah, yes, sir. Here in the main page, they show you what the best sellers are, and
Yung
each person
actual
is
na
a
yan,
different.
yung actual na course
Yes.
na yan.
Yes, sir. This is how much it comes down to: $14 for the actual
14.
courses.
Okay,
Yeah,
14.
right now,
So,
14.
so mga ano pa rin, mga 700 pesos pa rin. Okay guys, so ayan no, guys. Ang dami magagandang ano lang yan, isang sine lang, no? And the lifetime of lifetime of
Yes,
resource. Kasi once you enroll in that, ano na, forever na yung access nyo dyan, no? You can
Yes, sir.
access that forever na, no? So good.
Yes, sir.
This is a good tip. Thank you, Santino, for bringing this out. This is a good tip for everyone, guys, for everyone. So I'd like to encourage you to do that. Mag-invest kayo. Kasi isang sine lang yan eh. You know, 700 pesos. Okay, that's a very, very good investment. Okay, sige.
Yes, sir.
Santino, thank
I
you.
would also
Sige, go ahead.
I would also say it's a very good investment because especially personally since we're finance students, I've gotten the investment banking where when you complete it, I've also completed the financial analyst course, which I think is
Yeah.
very fundamental for our course. And the best part is once you've finished one of the courses, they give you a certificate, like an online certificate. Then you can put it on your LinkedIn. It gives you
Correct.
certification, accreditation,
Mm-mm.
and all of that. Personally, I haven't finished yet the coding because I admit when you get once you with this package, it doesn't really cover the basics of Python yet. It mostly because they assume that you already know Python by this time. Mostly it teaches us wait here. They just give us 3 crash courses, and
Mabilis
the
lang,
rest will
ano?
teach you how to use NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, teaching you how to use data sources, and towards the end, it'll teach you much more advanced
Trading
trading.
algorithms. Oh.
Yes, sir. The Python finance fundamentals, and even shows us here all the applications we could use. Because after I got this course, sir, it really made me look at finance differently since I noticed a lot of our courses are kind of outdated because finance isn't the same as it was in the 80s and 90s.
Of
Now
course,
it's
yes.
highly computer algorithmically and computer driven. So we can
mga
use
time series, expected weighted moving average, yung ETS. Sa bagay, pero iba ano pa rin, classical pa rin, ARIMA, Sharp
Yes, sir.
ratio. Okay, but very good yan for as a reference and as a learning tool.
Yes, sir, and it shows us like especially if you want to algorithmically control your own portfolios.
Yeah.
This is also perfect. I wanted to also get into the Monte Carlo simulation method, but I'll admit even for me that's a bit advanced. Sir, I'm pretty sure you're very aware already of all of that, and you can already use it.
Yeah.
So for the future of finance, I really believe that this is really the way it's gonna go because when you look at the bigger financial institutions nowadays, you can see that they're actually firing portfolio managers, they're firing stock traders, and in return, they're actually replacing them with data scientists, financial engineers, upgrading their computer systems. And now they say that 80% of all the stocks that are traded are actually traded by computers, moving it algorithmically just to arbitrage stocks between exchanges or just trying to get one up each other. And this is very important nowadays because believe it or not, they even standardize the length of the cord that you use for your investment house. So for example, if you go to New York, I'm not sure if they apply this yet in the Philippines, but if you go to New York, since all of these stocks are traded algorithmically, people actually try to rent offices as near as possible to the New York Stock Exchange. That way, they have like 1/10 of a second advantage over the other. Because now, trading stocks is all about speed. They're all trying to outdo each other by speed. So they actually have to standardize. I think the length is like 1,500 meters. Like that's the standard length. You're not allowed to get a shorter one because now it's already information is already transported through light through these tethers. So if anyone has a shorter cable, let's say, sir, you have an investment firm that's algorithmically traded. Mine, I also have my own. If mine is shorter than yours, my information will be sent to the exchange a lot quicker than yours. And since everything is about speed now, a fraction of a second can mean all the difference between profit and loss with these big trading firms. And if we can really get down Python and R and become experts in it, yearly a lot of firms will trade like no less than around $120,000 a year. And it's very high upcoming field, a lot of pay. And yes, sir. There's just the curve of learning Python and understanding the numbers. So yes, sir.
Once you're able,
my basic.
yeah, once you're able to hurdle that, guys, the rewards will be fantastic, no? So si FA na lang kulang mo, Santi. Pwede ka na mag-New York, no?
Yes, sir. So
Ayan,
that's why, sir, I took Annalie class po, sir. That's why I could get better at coding.
Okay, nagmamachine learning na tayo sa Andy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm still catching up with our classes po. So I'm taking it very slow po.
It's okay. So, Santi, whatever you can share without violating some IPRs, no? Intellectual property rights. Paki-share na lang dun sa folder natin, no? I don't want you to be violating IPRs, no? Kung ano yung pwedeng i-share, then i-share mo na lang for the benefit of the group. Okay, that was a great introduction.
I can share po all of these resources, sir.
Yeah, sige, that's great, no? I-post mo, Santi, dun sa kung pwede by folder para alam ng classmates mo kung saan nanggaling yung yung reference na yon. O yan, guys, so meron kayong assignment, no? Ang assignment nyo, of course, learn already, no, how to start navigating through Python kasi yung mga i-share ni Santi, you won't be able to use it unless you already navigate through Python. So excited tayo for next week sa presentation ni James kasi next week so si James tapos magdadagdag din ako kasi James sa statistical ka, no? Application,
yes,
no? Yes, good.
Ako po
Good. Oh, good. So I'm looking forward to that, guys. Okay, so all right. What did we learn today, guys? Santi, pwede yung present mo kanina, i-PowerPoint mo, tapos kung pwedeng step by step. Kasi I think you were quite fast in showing how you got there. I don't know if I missed it kasi baka yung classmates mo kasi especially for those who have not even downloaded this, baka hindi nila nasundan, ano? So kindly in your PowerPoint, make sure that you do the step by step, no? Kung pwede with the link and then with the picture, so that parang parang tutorial in the sense that if your classmates open the PowerPoint, they can reproduce what you did a while ago in opening that notebook. Okay, guys, may questions kayo? May questions? No. Sino sa inyo nakapag-download na ng Anaconda ng Python? Paki-yes nga or no? Don't worry, guys, if no, okay lang 'yon, no?
Sir, I did just today.
Okay, good, Angela. How about James?
Sir, just today also.
Okay, good. And Angelo?
I did na rin po.
Okay, good. So alam niyo na kung paano mag-download as suggested nga ba yan? Anaconda yan, no? Si Conda. And then iba yung pag-enter ni Santino, but that's one way. There are other ways to access yung Jupyter at saka yung iba ang ginagamit Spider, but as we said, we're going to use Spider in Jupyter in our Jupyter notebook in our sessions. Okay, great. You know,
Yes,
kahit na maiksi lang yung sessions natin, but it was more than enough to cover a two-hour lecture, no? And besides, naka-ano naman to, naka-record, so I'm going to post this sa Canvas natin. Tapos also, siguro ipasok ko na rin din sa ewan ko kung okay ba ipasok sa sa G Drive. But anyway, so we expect yung shares ni Santi dun sa folder, and access it, guys, no? Access it. Thank you, Santi, for being generous enough to share. And
sir.
yeah, thank you. And also, guys, Angela, Angelo, and James, tingnan nyo, guys, yung Udemy, tapos tingnan nyo, mag-invest kayo. Invest. Konting sacrifice kasi, di ba, investment is foregoing the quote-unquote the pleasure that you can generate that you can have for today, foregoing it for future benefits. No? And this is one way, guys, you can, this is one good investment. Okay? So siguro hiritan nyo na lang si Santi, baka yung ibang courses doon pwede din niya i-share sa...
Yes, sir. I have a lot, sir, and I'm already done with most of them. If anyone's interested in like investment banking or just financial analysis, I have
Yung financial
all the-
analysis, baka maganda yan. You can, if you want, Santi, as a separate folder na lang dun sa sa pinaka-folder mo. And lagyan mo na lang
Okay,
title,
yes, sir.
kunyari financial analyst. Okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Uy, pasalamatan natin si Santi. Thank you so much. Big clap naman to Santi. Even virtual clap and clap. Okay. Thank you. Okay, feedback nga, Angelo. How was it? How was our first Konti lang yung time natin, pero I think okay naman yung natin. Angelo, feedback? Okay na ba tayo so far?
Yes, sir. It was fast, pero it was filled with information po. Like, marami po natutunan.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Angela?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna do the recording. And
May recording naman at saka ang promise naman ni Santi. Santi, na lang sa isang folder, lagay mo yung report, no? Report December 13, so that your classmates will know where to go. Kasi marami kang folders na i-share, where to go for the report for today. Sige. Good. And James, kamusta?
Sir, I learned also a lot today. Thank you, Santino, for the presentation.
Okay, very good. All right, so next week, medyo magko-konting statistics tayo, no? Courtesy of, sino ba? Si Angelo, si James?
Angelo po.
Angelo, okay. Courtesy of Angelo. Of course, magdadagdag din ako para for our class, no? And may I request, guys, para mas maganda yung discussion natin, Angelo, if it's okay with you, i-announce, pwedeng sabihin mo sa akin, if you can post the file ahead of time so that your classmates will be able to look through it, no? Para medyo medyo makapagsimula na rin silang tingnan, so that our discussion for next week will be smooth, no? Okay,
Yes po, sir.
Anong time natin next week, guys?
Sir, pwede also, sir, same time, since parang everyone's free now.
Same time ba rin? Okay sa inyo, guys, yung Friday na ganito, 3 o'clock? Ay, hindi, ano ba?
Monday.
Monday na lang. Gusto nyo Monday na lang? Pero bakasyon na yun eh.
Okay, yes. Okay.
O baka mapagalitan ako, no? So, sorry guys baka mapagalitan ako kasi di ba very strict sila DLSU sa following protocols. So ano ba yung original schedule natin? Wala sa akin dito, hindi ko nakuha. What was it? I don't have.
This is the last week, then starting next week is break, then we come back first week po of January.
And then may pa si James magre-report this week din. Kasi yung report mo dapat nung Saturday pa yun eh. Was it, James, is it a Saturday or Friday?
Sir, I'm supposed to be after Angelo.
Angelo pala, sorry.
Yes
Angelo?
po. I think
Friday.
it was supposed to be Saturday. Or
Saturday?
if pwede naman Friday, I'm good.
Gusto nyo Friday na lang, guys, para Saturday wala na tayong Friday na lang, okay sa inyo?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir, our fin is morning or afternoon?
Which one?
Saturday. Fin annually po. Di ba have extra class po?
Wala na, tapos na yung extra class last
Okay.
last Saturday.
Okay, sir. I thought it was every po.
Wala na. We'll have sessions this week, pero wala na sa Saturday.
Okay, yes, sir.
Sige. Friday na lang tayo, guys. Pwede. Friday. So let's play it by
Yes.
ear. Friday, tentative. Angelo, 9 o'clock. Okay ba yun?
Yes po.
Si Angela, di ba may OJT ka, Angela, na umaga?
Oh no, sir. That's not me.
Wala? So okay tayo ng Friday ng umaga.
Yes,
9
sir.
o'clock. Sige. Friday then. Friday morning at 9 o'clock. Okay? It doesn't have to be long, guys. Ha? Ano lang tayo more on, kasi this is more, ano lang yung, at least parang more on introduction and help us feel the groove of navigating through Python. And then, yung iba, okay, yung iba siguro ano din kayo, guys, maghanap ng materials, a book, a PDF, which you can share to the class para merong mga references para magagamit din ng mga classmates nyo. Like what Santino did a while ago. No? Okay, with that, guys, thank you so much. Let me first stop recording our session for today. Okay, stop recording.